Duck Soup. Duck Soup burst onto screens in 1933, unleashing the Marx Brothers' signature mayhem on a world still grappling with the Great Depression. Groucho Marx, as Rufus T. Firefly, lampooned political absurdity, delivering biting satire and slapstick that unsettled both censors and critics. The iconic mirror scene, analyzed by film scholars for generations, set a new standard for physical comedy, its influence visible in countless homages. Rumors circulated that studio executives worried the film's anarchic tone might alienate mainstream audiences, especially as its box office performance lagged behind earlier Marx Brothers successes. Some speculate this contributed to the brothers' move from Paramount to MGM. Despite initial doubts, Duck Soup would later be celebrated as a comedic masterpiece, earning a spot in the National Film Registry in 1990 and ranking 5th on the American Film Institute's list of funniest American films. Its fearless approach, once considered risky, became a template for subversive comedy legends like Monty Python and Mel Brooks. Bringing Up Baby. Bringing Up Baby, which debuted in February of 1938, redefined screwball comedy with a real leopard in the cast and behind-the-scenes pandemonium. Katharine Hepburn, usually cast in serious roles, and Cary Grant found themselves entangled in mistaken identities and wrangling with a spotted co-star named Nyssa. Studio gossip circulated about Grant's discomfort around the animal. He reportedly avoided direct interaction, while Hepburn, ever the consummate professional, faced her own moments of anxiety but persevered. Director Howard Hawks, known for his improvisational style, watched as costs ballooned and schedules slipped. Studio heads grew uneasy, pressuring Hawks over the film's unpredictable tone and escalating expenses. The stakes were high, and so was the tension. Upon release, the film faltered at the box office, and Hepburn's unexpected comedic turn landed her on the notorious 1938 box office poison list. Yet, Bringing Up Baby's rapid-fire dialogue and slapstick chaos would later become the gold standard for screwball comedy, inspiring a wave of imitators in the following decade. Many believe the very chaos that plagued production gave the film its lasting cult appeal, as later generations embraced its quirky brilliance. In the unpredictable world of classic Hollywood, Bringing Up Baby proves that sometimes the funniest movies are born from pure bedlam. The Philadelphia Story. The Philadelphia Story, which premiered in December 1940, stands as a comedic powerhouse of classic Hollywood. Katharine Hepburn, once labeled box office poison in a 1938 poll, engineered a remarkable comeback by acquiring the rights to Philip Barry's Broadway play and ensuring her place as the star. While not officially credited as producer, Hepburn wielded rare casting authority, advocating for both Cary Grant and James Stewart in the film's tangled love triangle. Stewart's unexpected win for Best Actor at the Academy Awards, his only Oscar, remains a favorite Hollywood anecdote, with the actor famously downplaying his own performance. The film's sparkling dialogue, quick wit, and sophisticated romantic chaos set a new standard for the genre. Stories suggest that playful rivalry and pranks between Hepburn and Grant, such as hidden shoes and spontaneous ad-libs, may have fueled their on-screen chemistry, though much of this lore has grown over time. The Philadelphia Story's runaway success not only revived Hepburn's career, but also established a blueprint for romantic comedies, its influence echoing through Hollywood for generations. Its selection for the National Film Registry in 1995 and ongoing celebrations underscore its enduring comedic legacy. Arsenic and Old Lace. Arsenic and Old Lace, released in 1944, carved out a unique place among classic Hollywood comedies with its plot. Two kindly aunts, played by Josephine Hull and Gina Dare, dispatching lonely men with poisoned elderberry wine. There were concerns that the film's dark humor might unsettle audiences, but its farcical tone kept it within the boundaries of the era's production code. Principal photography wrapped in late 1941, yet Warner Brothers delayed the release for nearly 3 years to avoid competing with the hit Broadway run, a move that only heightened anticipation. Cary Grant's manic performance as Mortimer Brewster drew mixed reactions. Director Frank Capra later admitted he wished the role had been played with a subtler touch. The casting of Jonathan Brewster added another twist. Boris Karloff, who originated the role on stage, was unavailable due to stage commitments, so Raymond Massey stepped in, fueling endless debate among fans over who best embodied the villain. Many believe the film's blend of slapstick and the macabre set a new standard for Hollywood comedies, with his cheerful irreverence still drawing laughs and double takes decades later. The Apartment. In 1960, The Apartment shook up Hollywood, blending sharp comedy with themes that tested the boundaries of the era's production code. Billy Wilder's script, inspired by tales of executives lending out their apartments for secret rendezvous and nodding to the earlier film Brief Encounter, sparked heated debates among censors. Rather than rehashing the production code's restrictions, it's worth noting that The Apartment's nuanced approach to adult themes marked a turning point in what romantic comedies could address. Jack Lemmon's portrayal of C.C. Baxter, the quintessential lonely office worker, earned him a Best Actor nomination, though the Oscar went to Burt Lancaster for Elmer Gantry. Shirley MacLaine as elevator operator Fran Kubelik delivered a performance lauded for its emotional depth, adding a layer of vulnerability uncommon in romantic comedies at the time. The Academy responded with 5 Oscars: Best Picture, Best Director, Best Original Screenplay, Best Art Direction, and Best Film Editing. Many believe the film's blend of cynicism and bittersweet humor paved the way for the modern romantic comedy, proving that the most memorable laughs often come from the most uncomfortable situations. Gentlemen Prefer Blondes. Gentlemen Prefer Blondes, released in 1953, dazzled audiences with a Technicolor spectacle that reimagined Hollywood's musical comedies. Marilyn Monroe and Jane Russell's dynamic pairing was magnetic. Monroe's rendition of Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend became an instant pop culture landmark, inspiring everything from Madonna's Material Girl to Baz Luhrmann's Moulin Rouge. Costume designer William Trevilla's now legendary hot pink gown, reportedly weighing between 12 and 20 pounds, required painstaking hand-beating to shimmer under Technicolor lights. Behind the scenes, Jane Russell, known for her candor, remarked in interviews that she felt protective of Monroe, who was often typecast by studio executives and denied full credit for her comedic talent. Biographical accounts credit Russell with advocating for Monroe's recognition, challenging the studio's efforts to cast her as merely a glamorous figure. Stories suggest the studio tried to manufacture rivalry between the two stars, but the rumored tension only seemed to strengthen their resolve to defy industry expectations. Film scholars often highlight the movie's playful humor and double entendres as groundbreaking for early 1950s female-led comedies, paving the way for bolder films in the years to follow. The legacy, glamour, wit, and a hint of rebellion, all in one unforgettable package. The Pink Panther. The Pink Panther, which premiered in 1963, initially positioned David Niven as the suave Sir Charles Lytton. However, Peter Sellers' improvisational Inspector Clouseau quickly stole the spotlight, leaving audiences roaring with laughter. Director Blake Edwards, reflecting on the unpredictable set, often noted that Sellers' spontaneity brought both brilliance and unpredictability, prompting script changes on the fly. Many of Clouseau's iconic pratfalls, including the famous rug trip, reportedly originated from Sellers' quick thinking, though not every gag was improvised. The animated Pink Panther, created by Friz Freleng for the opening credits, unexpectedly sparked a cartoon phenomenon, eclipsing its modest beginnings. Whispers from the era suggest that Niven, originally the intended lead, felt overshadowed by Sellers' comedic takeover, with industry rumors swirling about subtle rivalry between their camps. Studio executives, meanwhile, reportedly worried about the film's shifting focus and chaotic production. Decades later, anniversary screenings in 2023 drew crowds eager to revisit the hilarity, while speculation about future reboots keeps the legacy alive. For many, Sellers' Clouseau remains the comedic gold standard, a testament to old Hollywood's willingness to embrace both chaos and genius. It Happened One Night. It Happened One Night, released in 1934, upended the Hollywood comedy formula with its sharp banter and unexpected success. Frank Capra's road trip romance swept the 5 top Academy Awards: Best Picture, Director, Actor, Actress, and Screenplay, an unprecedented achievement. For Columbia Pictures, then a smaller studio, this was a breakthrough that had transformed its reputation. Behind the scenes, Claudette Colbert reportedly accepted the role only after negotiating double her usual fee, and later joked it would be her worst film, until audiences proved otherwise. Clark Gable's shirtless scene, where he famously skipped the undershirt, became legendary. Some rumors claim this moment caused a nationwide drop in undershirt sales, a story that still amuses film historians. The movie's brisk 42-day production, low expectations, and now iconic repartee set the template for screwball comedies. Even decades later, critics cite It Happened One Night as the film that redefined Hollywood humor, blending romance, satire, and a touch of industry myth into a single unforgettable experience. A Night at the Opera. A Night at the Opera burst onto screens in 1935, with MGM determined to revitalize its comedy offerings. The Marx Brothers, already infamous for their anarchic humor, found a new home under studio chief Irving Thalberg, who collaborated closely with the trio to refine their wild routines for a wider audience. Test screenings, uncommon at the time, became Thalberg's secret weapon, resulting in some of the sharpest gags of the era. The stateroom scene, where a ship's cramped cabin turns into a circus of bodies, was crafted specifically for the film and quickly set the standard for physical comedy. Groucho's rapid-fire wisecracks, including his classic line, "Opera is when a guy gets stabbed in the back and instead of bleeding, he sings," resonated with Depression-era audiences hungry for laughter. Stories suggest that the brothers' improvisational style sometimes clashed with Thalberg's meticulous planning, fueling rumors of on-set disagreements. Despite any backstage drama, the film's relentless pace and inventive set pieces won over critics and audiences alike. Modern restorations and re-releases have kept the madness alive, and the stateroom scene still reverberates through pop culture, referenced in everything from animated sitcoms to late-night comedy. The film's legacy endures. A Night at the Opera didn't just deliver laughs, it transformed the very blueprint of Hollywood comedy. The Court Jester. The Court Jester, released in 1956, stands as a comedic marvel from old Hollywood's golden age. Its legendary pellet with the poison routine remains a showcase for Danny Kaye's dazzling timing, with rumors suggesting the tongue twister was so challenging it demanded numerous retakes. Paramount's faith in the project was evident in its Technicolor spectacle and a budget that ranked among the priciest comedies of its era, tallying around $3 million according to Variety in January 1956. Yet despite the studio's optimism, early ticket sales lagged, prompting critics to wonder if audiences were prepared for such a whirlwind of wordplay and slapstick. Basil Rathbone, famed for his Sherlock Holmes roles, subverted expectations by embracing parody as the villainous Ravenhurst. Some speculate Rathbone enjoyed lampooning his own image, adding a sly layer of self-awareness. Over time, The Court Jester has evolved from box office disappointment to cult classic, now revered for its ambitious comedy and the sheer brilliance of Kaye's performance. The Thin Man. The Thin Man, released in 1934, redefined the comedy mystery genre with its sparkling dialogue and effortless chemistry between William Powell and Myrna Loy as Nick and Nora Charles. Their rapid-fire exchanges, expertly crafted by Albert Hackett and Francis Goodrich, set a new standard for on-screen couples, while the duo's easy rapport launched a franchise that produced 5 sequels through 1947. The film's playful nods to cocktail culture reflected the post-Prohibition era, but it was the witty banter more than the drinks that kept audiences entertained. The film earned 4 Oscar nominations, including Best Picture and Best Actor. Many believe the secret to Powell and Loy's dynamic was their shared sense of timing, though fans have debated this for decades. The Thin Man's influence is widely acknowledged for shaping the romantic comedy mystery and transforming Hollywood's portrayal of married couples, fueling ongoing discussions among film historians about its enduring impact. Mr. Blandings builds his Dreamhouse. Mr. Blandings builds his Dreamhouse, released in 1948, turned the American dream into comedic chaos, lampooning the perils of home ownership with collapsing walls, ballooning costs, and overwhelmed architects. Post-war audiences, swept up in suburban expansion, saw their own aspirations and frustrations mirrored in the Blandings' endless renovation woes. Reports from the Los Angeles Times in June 1948 describe how builders nationwide capitalized on the film's popularity, constructing and raffling real-life Blandings dream houses as publicity stunts. Legend suggests Cary Grant's on-screen exasperation was so authentic, some wondered if the set itself was testing his patience. Decades later, critics credit the film's sharp satire as a precursor to domestic disaster comedies, influencing everything from The Money Pit to modern sitcoms. Today, Blandings' house remains shorthand for renovation nightmares, proof that some comedic themes never fade. My Man Godfrey. A screwball classic from the depths of the Great Depression, My Man Godfrey burst onto screens in 1936, boldly skewering class divisions with biting humor. William Powell, as the so-called Forgotten Man, navigates life as a butler for the wildly eccentric Bullock family, while Carole Lombard's turn as the unpredictable heiress, Irene, drew critical acclaim and an Oscar nomination. The film's script didn't merely poke fun at the idle rich, it lampooned them, highlighting the anxieties of its era with a comedic edge. Director Gregory LaCava reportedly sought to blend laughter with social commentary, a strategy that paid off both at the box office and in film history. Off-screen, the rapport between Powell and Lombard, divorced by 1933 but still close, fueled gossip columns with speculation about a possible romantic rekindling, adding to the film's legend. My Man Godfrey made Academy Awards history as the first film nominated in all 4 acting categories, yet left empty-handed, sparking debate about Hollywood's tendency to overlook comedies. Its mix of slapstick and social satire helped define the screwball genre, paving the way for future classics. The film's 2011 restoration reignited interest, with historians noting its blend of humor and class critique remains as sharp as ever. Many believe its lasting appeal owes as much to its subversive spirit as to the off-screen chemistry of its stars. Some Like It Hot. Some Like It Hot, released in March of 1959, crashed through Hollywood's boundaries with its daring humor and cross-dressing escapades. The film notably lacked the production code seal of approval, a rare move at the time as censors hesitate at its audacity. Director Billy Wilder refused to compromise, and despite warnings, the comedy premiered to sold-out audiences. Marilyn Monroe's on-set reputation grew legendary for her endless retakes. One scene reportedly required over 40 attempts for a single line. Tony Curtis's infamous remark about kissing Monroe being like kissing Hitler made headlines, though he later clarified it was a jab at the exhausting shoot, not Monroe herself. The film grossed about $8 million domestically, a significant return on its under $3 million budget. Its razor-sharp script, including the now famous closing line, "Nobody's perfect," was carefully crafted by Wilder and Itzhak Diamond, not improvised as some believe. Jack Lemmon's drag performance drew surprising fan mail, and rumors persist that even the strictest censors couldn't help but laugh. With 6 Academy Award nominations and a win for Best Costume Design, Some Like It Hot secured its place as a comedy classic. Decades later, anniversary screenings and re-releases continue to keep its legacy vibrant. If you've enjoyed this video, please leave a like and comment. Also consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell to get notified of our new videos each week. Thanks for watching.